Welcome everyone to this not so awesome speech that I'm about to deliver. In this speech today, I'll be talking about how I found my true passion 2 years ago. This all started back when I was in 8th grade. I was a pretty shy and timid middle schooler at the time without any clear plans or intentions on what I wanted to do with my life after high school. So at the time I was faced with many tough decisions I had to make, and one of the many decisions I was faced with was whether or not I should go to early college. And if you're watching this video right now, you probably know the answer to that. So anyways, the point is, if I remember correctly, at some point during lockdown, my dad introduced me to coding and I instantly became interested. And okay, maybe I didn't instantly become interested, but the point is that I thought it was pretty interesting, so I decided to give it a try. So starting out like any beginner, whenever I opened up my coding editor, I would always be faced with that ever so present blinking cursor, and I would have absolutely no idea what I wanted to write for my first line of code. I struggled a lot at first, and I ended up quitting coding for a while, but then I decided to go back to it because I felt kind of guilty for quitting so early, and so that's exactly what I did, and I'm glad I did that because that allowed me to start a YouTube channel, which I currently have right now. Pretty much what I post on that channel is coding tutorials showing people how to code from scratch by building fun interactive projects. And most of my projects are just HTML, CSS, JavaScript based projects. And if there's any lesson that I want to emphasize across that, if you really want to achieve something, you should set your mind to it and your chances of succeeding just skyrocket. And I'm not saying like it's an easy thing to do. You can't just say to yourself that I'm going to, I don't know, make $1 million in the next 5 days. You have to look at it from a realistic standpoint. You have to see whether or not it's actually realistic or if it's even achievable. So for me, my goal was to learn how to code well enough so that I can apply for a job involving coding one day once I finished college or something like that. At first, it didn't turn out well, as you already noticed, but over time I developed some resilience and decided to challenge myself to work hard and push through some of the difficulties I was going through, and that allowed me to be where I am today. Now, I'm not some expert programmer or anything because I'm only 15, but coding has had a pretty significant influence on my life, from simply just allowing me to build complicated calculators for Mr. Morris's math class. I'm sorry, Mr. Morris, if I cheated on your math homework, especially the quadratics one, but it's helped me build projects that I wasn't able to build before if I didn't know how to code. And also, in general, it just brings me a sense of accomplishment knowing that I've been able to turn a project that I envisioned in my mind and then turn it into reality. So that's pretty nice. And another pretty cool thing about it is that once you get good enough at coding, you can just pretty much let your fingers go on autopilot. What I mean by that is that you can just open up your computer and start coding, have your fingers like constantly pecking at the keyboard furiously while you're probably staring at something else, staring at the wall or whatever. I found it to be a pretty useful skill, and I think it's going to be very essential when I start going into the program industry and become a web developer or something one day. But anyways, that's my speech. I hope you all enjoyed, and have a great day.